E-commerce best practices, cross sells, upsells, and more. If you are not currently using cross sells or upsells and you have an e-commerce store, you definitely need to be. This is a way to, if done correctly, almost immediately increase your overall gross sales by as much as 10, 20%, or even more. I often get asked, well, where should you do this? Where's the best place to try to do a cross-sell or an upsell? It really is going to require testing, and that's really kind of the bottom line message of this video, that if you're not doing cross-sells and upsells, you need to start experimenting with those. If you don't have that capability in your shopping cart, you need to get it, both to do an upsell and a cross-sell, and you need to have the flexibility within your shopping cart to do that in a way that allows some trying out of different methods. But as far as the best place to do it, you can do it as a part of the pre-shopping cart process in your content management system, within your category pages or your product pages. The places where we've seen it be most potent is definitely on the product pages, because they're going to be looking at a very specific product, so you can give them a very specific cross-sell or a very specific upsell. But it can also work quite well within the shopping cart, or both on the product page and within the shopping cart. Now, setting up a cross-sell or upsell in the shopping cart or on the product page may be relatively easy, or maybe fairly complex depending on your shopping cart setup. So that's something that has to be investigated with your e-commerce provider or with your e-commerce developer. But the bottom line is you want to test out a lot of different types of cross-sells and upsells. Some of the best strategies that we've seen are both cross-sells and upsells that are user-generated. This is an excellent strategy, and Amazon would be a classic example of this. People who looked at this also looked at this, or people who bought this also bought this. If you have enough sales volume on your website, and also the capability within your e-commerce solution, as that data builds up, you can sometimes, without having to do a lot of work yourself, end up with some really great cross-sell, upsell options. Also, a lot of shopping carts will allow you to do the user-generated cross-sell, upsell, and also do a hand-picked cross-sell, upsell, which can also be really good, because you as the business owner have a really, or the business owner or product manager, have a really in-depth understanding of product, which probably goes well beyond what your typical customer has. So there's also suggestions that you'll want to test out, or that products, items that really fit well together. So the ideal is if you can test out both formats, both the user-generated and the business owner-generated, and also be able to, like as we spoke about earlier, be able to test those at various points throughout the process, both in the content management, in the shopping cart. A really great program for testing these out is Google Website Optimizer can be configured to test these out, and there's also, that happens to be a free program if you're not already familiar with that, and there's also several other analytics testing type softwares that can be used, and depending on the setup of your shopping cart, typically there's one that will work quite well. But when it comes to testing and analyzing, so to back up one little spot, so again, you want to do this, you want to test, you want to try things. There isn't a set way, it's this way or that way. I've given you some good suggestions here, but the bottom line is you want to see what you feel is right for your business, and then through user-generated content, see what users are looking at and what users are buying and how those relate to things, and ideally have both those in play, and then test. And in your testing, ideally use something like Google Website Optimizer, so you get real test data, and you only make decisions based on mathematical significance. So you have some software that's helping you to see, yes, you showed this item with this cross-sell this many times, and the preference was this item, and it's all in the math, and you're not making decisions just based on your gut.